more broadly in the range of research that you've done, have you learned to live your life a different way? Is there anything that you've picked up that's been really influential on your life personally?
Oh, that's a lovely question. I would hope that I am a generative person, because a generative person, we also, from a research perspective, generativity correlates with a lot of other positive personality aspects, characteristics, and so
Makes
forth.
sense to me, yeah.
So, including mental health and things like that. So I think I think there's content and process. I haven't ever actually answered this question before, so I'm thinking on my feet here,
yeah,
or sitting down. So in terms of content, as I learned more about generativity and studied generativity, how it would have affected me is to think of myself, how do I express my generativity? Sure. And then when I meet people, I can't help but think of, wow, like sort of the classic generativity is having children, but lots and lots of people are highly Mother Teresa, they don't have their own children, but they're highly generative, and they give back to usually it's the younger generation, but it's, as I said before, any sort of pro-social kinds of behavior. You could build a foundation. You could be an artist. You could, your creativity could be in the art that you create or the music that you write. So there's lots of different ways to be generative. And so it helped me as I would meet people and have a sense of how they express their generative desires or urges, sort of this conscious or unconscious urge, if you will, to give back, which comes at around midlife. And, people say, well, what's midlife? Well, midlife, 40s to 60s, but you can be generative any time in your life. It just seems to be most salient.
I see.
If you're an Ericksonian in midlife. So that's like the content piece.
Sure.
Then the process, I think, what I learned from the process of writing a dissertation, certainly perseverance. I think it formative in my intellectual formation in terms of how I think, how I analyze, how I try to see things from multiple perspectives, how I write, and I think when you do not just doctoral work, but when you do any kind of when you have a really good course, I think as an undergrad too.
Sure.
Those are the skills hopefully you would come away with.
Totally, yeah.
So.
Absolutely.